Saturday, so ain't much going on. The bank is closed. The bank was, their system was down yesterday, and now they're closed. They should have stayed open today since they were down yesterday, but they do what's easiest for them, not what's convenient for the people, you know? This is why I don't like to keep cash in banks. It's not a good idea. Get your money out of the banking system. So, we'll wait for a few people to join up. And remember, guys, join my Patreon because we've got more gold penny stocks coming out. So I don't have time to put up all of the full list today, but we've already got some of them up there. And I think maybe tomorrow morning, hopefully, we'll be able to get the full list up. But only if we get a few more people to join. We got to get a few more people. Otherwise, I'm keeping them to myself. Because I got no reason to help others build wealth if you don't care, you know? So at least you can give this a like and share this video, guys. And the channel's been doing good. Channel's been doing pretty good. See if I click on earn. We're up to 3,952 watch hours. All we need is another 48, and then we should be able to get page ads. Earn from ads and YouTube Premium on the watch page. So yes, I can make money from ads. We just need to get you guys to keep watching. And then we'll get 48 more watch hours. And who knows how much money I'm gonna make once we get the ads. It probably won't do much. Right now, it looks like we made, in the last 28 days, we've made $22.86. So thanks to you guys, $22.86. It's not even enough for me to bother to withdraw it, you know, but it's a good start. Okay. It's not, you know, I didn't even bother. I don't even care, you know, but eventually we'll get up there, you know, it'll start growing. So I will, my friend Kenyon Slater, to watch your channel. Yes. Get all your friends to watch this channel. And of course, it's not going to do anything unless we get a massive amount of people. You know, we got to get 5, 6, 7,000 people on this stream. That's the only way it's going to amount to anything, that this will have any purpose at all. No, but it actually has purpose because we got 10 members. I was able to recruit 10 people onto the Patreon. So we're doing well over there. The stocks that I have are insane. There's not too many people that were telling you about the stocks, you know. Cryptos R Us didn't tell you about gold. He said not to buy it. You can't even comprehend these people, how evil it is, you know. They tell people to stay away from gold and silver. And they tell you to buy Bitcoin, which is underperforming. Bitcoin is underperforming right now, guys. I told you. That's why you're here and you're not watching them, though. So, 1 minute. He's going to say something in 1 minute. Oh, boy. So we are here to answer questions today, because I don't really have a huge thing planned out, but I will be here to answer any kind of questions that you want answered today. But we do have to take our pills, all right? That's one of the first things that I do in the morning is, you know, take my pills. Magnesium glycinate, that's a good one. Couple of these. Good stuff. And I'm almost out of calcium, so I'm going to finish off the calcium. Bro, think he cool. So, see if we can get a few more viewers in here. Let's go. Bro, think he cool. Yeah. What I think is cool is making money. Making money is cool. You guys need to get it through your head that, when you chase wealth, that's not selfish. Unless you are a selfish person. But chasing wealth is not just for selfish people, okay? It's for anyone who believes that you want your family to have a better life, all right? If you want your family to have a better life, you should be chasing money. He's taking vitamins. Yeah, I take vitamins, dude. I take vitamins every day. So guys, remember, today we got to get 48 watch hours. As soon as I get to 4,000, I'll be able to have ads on some kind of page or something. So we're going to be making money here. We got to get 48 watch hours today. So we need to get a lot more people on this stream. There's 12. We got 12 people. That's pretty good. I got a Pokemon hat on. Bro got a Pokemon hat. Yep. Got some sausage today. One of the things I wanted to do on this channel was I wanted to get like a blender and juice up all kinds of stuff that's for different ailments that you could have on your body. If you have problems, then I want to, make all these different juice recipes and stuff. But we haven't had the time to do that yet, but that will be coming in the future. We're going to have a lot of stuff coming on this channel, all right? So today I'm going to answer questions from the audience. So, any questions? There's a question. Why are you pouring water out? I'm pouring it into the, I cook with water. Pokemon are cool. What kind of questions? Financial questions or bodybuilding questions? Yeah, today we're at like fitness or finance. Fitness or finance. Are you poor? No. Ask any kind of fitness question, bodybuilding, financial advice, but it's not real financial advice. It's non-financial advice. Squirtle, yeah, Squirtle. Squirtle's a good character. He's a good Pokemon. My son thinks you are his father. I hope I'm not. Is that mold on your ceiling? It better not be. And I'll just have to have him remove it, Better not be. How do I set up my RTX 890? I just get NVIDIA. I don't do AMD video cards. What's the meaning of life? Do you really want me to answer that, or are you just messing around, Meaning of life is, the Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. So we have to have kids, and then we have to honor God. And that's really the whole point. We got to have kids. We got to enjoy our lives. We got to teach our kids how to be successful. So that's really the point of life, is to have a family and make them be successful. And then I think that is one of the main points. And then you got to go to church, obviously, and worship God. So is that chain fake gold plated, or it's solid? It's solid. Hey, Mike, thanks for that 100. Bro his neck is turning green. John would make a good father. Yeah, eventually I will. Bro, neck turning green. Would you rather be locked in a cage with a gorilla for 30 minutes or lick peanut butter off a hobo's foot? The meaning of life is to leave the world better for next generation than we found it. That's a pointless meaning. As an individual, that's a pointless endeavor. So you have to understand that. Let me say that again. For you to try to leave the world a better place is a fruitless endeavor. It's not really going to happen. The world is a corrupt place. We are a corrupt nation. You're not going to be able to change the whole thing. The best you can do is make a difference in someone's life. Okay, is make a difference in somebody's life. You're not going to change the whole thing. It's too evil and too corrupt. The meaning of life is to leave the world. Yeah, but that's a good endeavor, though. I honor you for saying that. That is a good thing to try to do. Try to make the world a better place. But you got to realize, before you make the world a better place, you got to look inward at yourself and your family. You got to make your family better first. Okay? You got to be teaching your kids how to do the right thing. You ever get ready for work so fast, and you forget your zip your pants? Yes. You walk around the house, right? So you go to work, then you're working. I don't really know, but bro, you got Diddy oil. Live for people. Yep. The rest of the people are bad. All of a sudden you get by the copy machine and we gotta have some good comments. This guy agrees. So old boy found a Harry Potter book and learned how to separate beds. Would be nice if people in this country would act like each other. Yeah. Do I have a wife? No. Check out Scam Coin. I hear about pump. Yeah, if there's a coin called Scam Coin, I would buy it. But my guess is it's not on Coinbase. Like Fart Coin, Scam Coin sounds good. It's going to pump, because it is counterintuitive. And that's what the whole world is now. It's counterintuitive. So if they come out with a coin called Scam Coin, yeah, that thing's going to pump. I'll sell you my Scam Coin. Go to comment. I'm saying gibberish. I think it's time to flex, guys. Can you bench 250? I might be able to. I don't have a bench press here, so I don't know. But I might be able to bench 250. I don't know. Maybe for one rep. But I really have to hype up myself, take out the smelling salts, take the shot of D-ball. Maybe I could bench 250. Okay? Hope you have a good show, bro. What's up? I'm off to open the shop. This guy's got to go to work. Okay? I got to go to work too. I have to go to work soon. Your muscles look like something's from Stray Kids. Do you got Pokemon Go? No, I don't play that. But my buddy's into Pokemon Go. I don't know if he still plays it, but he was all about that. I think it's a waste of time. In my opinion, Pokemon Go is a waste of time. You should play the actual game, the card game, because that actually involves a lot of strategy. Strategic thinking. It's good for getting rich. So Pokemon is good for getting rich. Helps you learn how to employ a strategy. 6'7", that is sick, dude. I'm telling my buddies at work about that today. Somebody put a 6-7 on there. My buddies are going to hear about that. Yes, the card game. The card game. I'm a big believer in the card game because there's so many different ways that you can try to win. There's so many different strategies. And it just trains your mind how to think for success because you're trying to win as hard as you can. You got to arrange those Pokemon in the right order. You have to build a deck that has, Professor Oaks, Professor Elms, Bills, Gust of Winds. You got to have speed cards. You got to have disruption cards. You got to have discard cards that make your opponent discard, so you can just destroy them. You got to wreak havoc. And that's what we have to do on this world is wreak havoc on the world. That's how we be successful. You got to chase those gains, chase that money. Okay, go. Thanks for that, dude. $100 times 3, $400, $500, $600. I think those are pennies, but they're definitely adding up. They're adding up fast. 100. I don't know how much he's going to give me, but when you in frame where you can't see the top, if your hat looks like you have crazy hair. Well, I'm losing some hair, so I wear a hat now. Do you sit to pee? No. Do you believe XRP will be with gold as Federal Reserve? No. The XRP, I don't want to talk about that because then the algorithm will go against me. If I say anything bad about XRP, the algorithm will shut me down because that's how they got it set up. So yeah, I don't want to badmouth that particular crypto anymore. Because whenever I do, it just shuts my channel down, because these people, they know what they're doing. They have AI bots that know if a channel says something bad about XRP and they will shut that channel down. So yes, XRP, I'm not going to, you guys already know I don't like it. Okay. I buy it if it goes down to 50 cents or so, then I'll buy it. No, like when you see just the bottom of your hat bill, it looks like you have a cartoon hair. $5. We got $5 super chat. Thank you. The Hotter Box. Do you know Lou? No. But yeah, man, appreciate that $5. I'll tell you the same thing that some dude, when he got mad because I didn't want to give him extra fries. Ain't that something? That's what he said. He said, ain't that something? You just gave me $5. Ain't that something? Thank you for apologizing yesterday. Dude, sometimes I say a lot of stuff that I don't mean. I don't remember what I said to you, dude. But I probably said like you're an idiot or something because you think Bitcoin's better than gold, or I probably said you're stupid because you like Bitcoin or something like that. So I'm sorry if I did say something, yeah. Because when I get going, I sometimes don't watch what I say as much. Do you think frogs make good fleshlights? I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask. Okay, that is not an appropriate question. But let's take a look at Bitcoin just to see what we're doing. Look at that, 100. Thank you, Riley. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Is it down or is it up? Thanks for that. Bitcoin's at 90,000. Basically, crypto is not really doing much right now. I think that it's just a big shakeout. They're trying to get people to sell right now. So what I'm doing is I'm buying crypto, but I haven't bought any crypto other than ICP in the past couple weeks because I do automatic purchases on ICP. So that's all I'm buying. ICP is so cheap. It's like $3.25 right now. So I want to get 1,000 ICP. That's what I'm trying to do. Crypto is getting banned. I'm smoking crypto on the daily. Have you ever smoked crypto? No. Brother, what is ICP? Well, it's a cryptocurrency that I think it's the best one. It came out and, that guy Sam Bankman-Fried, his team basically pumped up ICP and then they shorted it so that it would look bad compared to Solana. So I think ICP, it should have did what Solana did, but Solana kind of just destroyed it because of the insiders. So ICP is the best, most advanced crypto. It is faster than Solana, but the insiders wanted to pump up Solana. So that it still is going that way. So ICP, I believe, will take over. I bought a Charizard coin and it shot up. But yeah, if you guys wanted to buy any crypto, I would look into ICP. I think that one is it's dirt cheap. It was as high as it was over $700. Now it's like $3. And a lot of people think we could go back up there to all-time highs. And I think so, but we got to have the interest rates come down to zero. So it's just a matter of time. So that's what you want to do is you want to load up on these cryptos when it's quiet. That's how you get rich. I'm telling you the secret right now. This is the secret sauce. So you can't be scared. The key is, like, when you're feeling scared, like a stock is going to go down, that's when you got to buy it. Because they know how to affect your psychology. George Floyd coin will moon. Beat stock, B-E-A-T. Let me look that one up. George Floyd. Let me look up that stock. I never heard of it. It better be a good one. Beat. I guarantee you, Beat stock is probably at an all-time high. Okay? Let me look it up. And if it is, I'm probably going to ban you forever. B-E-A. Because you guys know I hate when you guys tell me about stocks that are all-time highs. I hate that. So, Beat. So, yeah, it just popped. It just popped all the way up to about $2.26, and it was 77 cents. So he's mentioning it after it already popped. Dude, you got to tell me about stocks when they're down, not after they just pop, okay? I won't ban you, but yeah, you don't want to be looking into that stock right now. I bought it 216. Well, it's probably going to drop. You just bought it after it jumped. That's what the newbies do, okay? You're a noob, bro. You're a noob. You know, that's why I say people are stupid. You know, you just bought it after it already went up. You know, that's dumb. I train you not to do that. You don't know how many people that tell me they bought stocks at the high and then they go down right after they buy them, you know? You're a noob, bro. No. I'm making money. If you don't believe it, join my Patreon. Donkey Kong. This guy has 100 ounces of crypto. Crypto is not real. You cannot have ounces of it. Crypto does not weigh anything because it's not real. I see that over the years. Yeah, people always buy at the top. So this guy bought at 218 after it already jumped when he could have bought it for 77 cents. You could have got a deal. You could have got it for 77. But why did you buy it after it already jumped? I bet you somebody told you about that. Somebody said, oh, buy this one now. Maybe you saw an article maybe you saw an article somewhere. Someone's trying to pump it up after it already jumped. You know, that's what you saw. You saw an article about that somewhere. You said, oh, yeah, I'll buy it. So it already went up, but I'll buy it. You should have bought it when it was 77 cents. You know, this is dumb. Every single time someone says, check out this stock, it's already jumped. Always. Except for a couple times. Remember to like up guys. Guy actually gives good advice. Yeah. I tell you guys like what you need to hear, and I'm gonna be an asshole too. If I think you're stupid, I'll say you're stupid. You're stupid for buying that stock because you bought it after it already went up 3 times. It was 77 cents. So 8, 16, 24. You bought it almost after it tripled. You think that's good. You think that's good. And yeah, that thing could continue to go. But 99% of the time, they don't. You know, you guys got to realize, are you the sucker retail? Okay? Are you the sucker retail bag holder? Well, yes, if you have only been investing for a little while, you're probably a bag holder. You're probably a dumb retail investor, you know? But if you've been investing for 10 years, then you're not. Then you have some experience. You know what to look out for, okay? So ask yourself, am I new? If you're new to investing, you're going to want to join up with somebody's channel, you know? And you're going to want to join my Patreon, all right? You're going to want to link up with somebody. if you're new. Because new investors, they lose massive amounts of money. They do. You know, and I only charge $10, and I can help you avoid all those losses. I'll help you avoid thousands in losses. Just tell me, you know, if you want to buy a stock, tell me what it is. I'll look it up for you. So, WD-40 on his pan. That's funny. WD-40 on my shoes. This dude ain't new. He's receding hairline. If I'm not mistaken, ICP only reached all-time highs of just over $8. No, it hit $10 like a couple weeks ago, but it hit about $700. They're probably not showing you the whole chart, you know? That's just like what they do with XRP. They never show you the whole chart. Because then if you did, you'd know it goes up and down and up and it's going to crash, you know? So they're not showing you the whole chart on ICP. So that's manipulation when they block part of the chart. So you don't actually know it went up to $700. You think, oh, it only went up to $8. So why do I want to buy this if it's only going to go up to $8? You see what I mean? That's manipulation. But yes, ICP was over 700 before, and I think it's going to go back there again. That means that you could make, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money sitting on the table right there. It's just a waiting game, okay? Meant for the down to 330. Yeah, it's down to 330. That's good. See, you're a noob. You're a noob. Yeah, I know you are a noob. So, oh, it's down to 330. That's bad. No, that's good. That means you can buy it cheap, okay? So you got to train yourself to change your way of thinking. So I think it's good that you're on this channel and you're not somewhere else. If you go somewhere else, you are going to get mixed up. You're going to get messed up and fucked up in the head. All right, guys, especially because a lot of these guys are all bought and paid for. A lot of these YouTubers are bought and paid for. So that means they got donors and they're going to pump up what they want their donors to pump up, you know. And I tell you guys, I don't have any donors. So I'm not going to lie to you about this stuff, you know. See, oh, see, ICP's bad. It's down to 330. No, that's good. You don't know how to think, dude. You don't know how to think for yourself. You just do what these other people tell you. They say, oh, when the stock is way down, that means it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's been manipulated. Silver was down. When silver was down to $14, was it bad? No. Silver was the most undervalued asset in history. Okay? So ICP is down. Does that mean it's bad? Or does that mean it's undervalued? It means it's undervalued. Okay? So you guys got to start thinking smart. You know, you got to stop being foolish. Oh, it's down to 330. Oh, I don't want that. What a fucking idiot. You guys got to learn. You guys are not going to be noobs forever. You guys are going to level up so fast on this channel, bro. I'm not even joking. I'm going to level you the hell up. But you got to join the Patreon, okay? Invest and think. This LGBTQ. Which mod are you talking about? Hey, Juice Guy. When are you starting the course to get ripped? I got to do that. I got to start a bodybuilding course. But the fact is, yes, I could write a book that could help a lot of people. I could make possibly a course. But the fact is, you really need daily motivation. Okay? You need daily motivation. And I really want to work with I want to get some clients to work with directly, you know. What's a Series 7? Well, if you want to become a stockbroker, you have to get your Series 7. That's what it is. It's a course, you know. Like I'm taking a personal training course. If you want to get into being a broker, you have to get your Series 7, you know. And I would like to get mine eventually, but right now I'm doing the YouTube, the personal training and stuff like that. And I'm doing the so I'm not really Juice Guy. I changed my name from, oh, you're the Benji guy. I remember. Mellow. Are you training daily? No, I don't believe in training every day. This is very important, guys. A lot of you think you need to lift weights every day, but you don't grow when you're lifting. So whenever I give myself a day off, I call that a growth day. All right. You got to give yourself a lot of growth days. You can't be lifting every single day. How do you expect to get big if you're lifting every day? You know? So I believe in working out anywhere from 2 to 4 days a week. You can actually work out 5 days if you want, but you got to have at least a couple days, a couple rest days in there. Okay. Got to have a couple rest days. What works for me is I like to work out a lot. So I'll work out 4 or 5 days a week sometimes. But lately I only work out probably 2 days a week. Yeah, really, I work out 2 days a week because you guys know when I work out. I don't work out unless I'm on video, unless I'm on a live. So you guys know how often I work out. I work out about 2 days a week, you know? What is this guy talking about lifting if he is trained? Don't get your 7. Too many regulations. Without it, you can say what you want. Oh, yeah, if I get a Series 7, yeah, I might, yeah, because then I'll be a professional freaking stockbroker, and I won't be able to talk about anything. So you're right, you're right. Look like you've never touched a weight, buddy. Don't you get your 7? What to eat on growth days? Well, so when you have a day off, realize that the body grows very slowly. You know, if you gain 10 pounds of muscle in a year, that's only 12 grams a day. Okay. So, you know, you don't need to eat that much protein. If you're only gaining 12 grams of muscle a day of lean protein, you don't need to eat that much. So on your days off, remember, you're not expending as much energy. And if you eat too much, your body's going to use so much energy just to digest that food. So you can, you know, if you eat a lot, you're going to put on more fat on your off days. You have to eat an appropriate diet that's a balanced diet. Got to eat a balanced diet, and don't eat like a massive amount of food. If it's an off day, you still have to watch your diet very closely. You want to have, I believe on your off days, you don't need as many carbohydrates because you're not working out, okay? Unless you have a physical job, okay? So you got to tell me where you work, bro. I can't tell you what to eat on your off days unless you tell me how many calories you're using, okay? You got to figure out how many calories you're using. What is your maintenance requirements, okay? You know, if you're building muscle on 2,500 calories a day, then on your off day, you could have 2,500 calories, or you could even eat slightly less because you're not working out. Remember, as long as you get, you know, complete proteins, but like, yeah, on my off days, I don't eat as much sugar. You know, definitely not as much carbohydrates because I'm, you know, not doing much, you know. Where do I get my protein from? Sausage. Oh, these too. These are good. And eggs. I haven't got chicken in a while. I don't like to get beef because all the beef has that red in it, red food dye. Yeah, did you know that? When you go to the store and you buy beef, they dip it in red dye. That is actually, it causes cancer. Okay, I'm not joking. When you cook it, when you heat up that red dye, it can cause cancer. So I stopped eating red meat, but I will buy beef when I get a good source that doesn't dip their meat in the red coloring. Okay, they dip all of it in the red coloring at our grocery store here. But I think if you go to Wegmans, you can get better quality beef. Okay, being a mod is weird. If I had to, you're saying. Maybe I could make you a better moderator too. I don't know. I could probably make you a better moderator, but it's not letting me. This guy, I watched YouTube video and now I want to share knowledge. No. A rabbit with cooking tips. We sponsor this guy. He is I'm the best. Shane is dope. Yeah. Yeah. It's dope. This is more than you can afford, pal. I'm just kidding. It could be fake. Okay. Plus, you have to be sponsored by a firm to get your 7. Yeah, you got to be sponsored by. Yeah, I would have to get a job at like E-Trade or something, or Charles Schwab, and then they could help me get it. You look amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. You, I'm sure, are an amazing person as well. You are amazing too. I'm one of your best mods, not to brag. I've hidden a lot of racial and sexist messages. Damn. I should pay you, dude. I should pay you for being a mod for all the work that you do. But legit, I only made like $22 in the past month. But I actually have about $900 on the Patreon, but I can't actually use it because I have to finish my tax information. Yeah, I get that guy. I got almost $900, but I can't even touch it until I go to my tax person or whatever. But I'll do that. Once the Patreon gets up to like $10,000 or something, then I'll probably do the taxes and stuff, and then I can get the money. But yeah, it's BS. Because they want me to pay taxes on everything that I make on the Patreon. So I'm just leaving it in there and just not even touching it. And once it grows, then I'll go to the tax guy and he'll tell me what to do. But yeah, thanks for being a mod though. You know, and I understand you can't be here all the time. Okay. Raffle. I haven't heard that one in a while. Roll on floor laughing. People used to say that a while ago. What about Bitcoin now? I don't like Bitcoin. It's going to have diminishing returns, but I do think Bitcoin could go up to 145, maybe higher in 2026. He does it in his spare time. He's just a good man. He's just a good guy like that. How long have you been in your parents' RV? Guys, you got to get your own apartment. Got to get your own place. That's good. So remember, put olive oil on everything. A little bit of olive oil, healthy fats. I'm learning from my personal training that cell membranes are, one of the ingredients in your cell membranes is omega fatty acids. I already knew that. Everything that I'm reading, I already knew, which is a sign that yes, I know what I'm doing. I didn't expect to learn anything from my personal training course. All it is a stupid certificate. I can't get a job at the gym until I get the actual certificate, even though I already know everything. And I probably know more than the people that are writing the course material. That's the funny thing. But you have to get a degree, otherwise they won't let you teach, My dad has a safe full of Bitcoin. Wow. His dad's got Bitcoin in his safe. I look so stupid. Yep, so they cut the interest rates. His dad left when he was 4. Wow. I like Pokemon and I like gold. But yeah, that's a great question. Depends on your off days. Do you want to, what is your goal? So concerning what you should eat in your off days, you got to ask, what is your goal? If you're just trying to get huge and gain weight, then on your off days, you should eat as much as you can, But if you want to stay ripped and lean, on my off days, I do low carb. okay? But on training days, I always consume a lot of carbohydrates, okay? Carbohydrates is the body's preferred source of fuel. That's what we learned from Mike Menser. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred source of fuel. Now remember, you don't need that much fuel if you're not working out today, okay? And the body can produce its own glycogen. You still have glycogen in your muscles from eating from yesterday. You know what I mean? So I believe in getting ripped and lean. So on my off days, I just eat low carb. I like to do low carb, high protein. Broccoli is juicy. He grows his own vegetables. And he slaughters his own meat. Yeah, this guy knows how to be healthy. Straddles and strangles as investment strategies. I just buy long calls. I don't mess with straddles. But usually that's a good way to go. Because the market is so volatile. I do recommend straddles. That means you take a bullish position and you're taking a bearish position. So you're going to make money either way. And chances are, you know, the stock is going to go up. So then your bullish position is going to pay out. And then the stock's probably going to tank it back down anyways. So then your bearish position is going to pay out too. So that's the benefit of a straddle. You can make a lot of money, you know. And options are more valuable anyways. You can make a lot of money on options, different strategies like that. But I mostly do swing trading. Yeah, you can't say you do anything with gasoline or anything like that, guys. Are chicken and potatoes good for off days? That depends. Potatoes have a lot of carbohydrates, but it's a good source of fuel. You'd have to get enough calories, okay? The key is getting enough calories, all right? You got to get enough nutrition. So yes, potatoes and chicken is fine on your off days, but obviously you don't want to overdo it, okay? Don't want to overdo it. You just got to, you know, I just look in the mirror. I say, am I too fat? Then I just don't eat as many potatoes. I don't eat as much rice. If I have too much fat here, I'll cut back on the potatoes, okay? So look at yourself in the mirror, you know? That's what you got to do. So go like this, you know, take your shirt off. You say, see, not a lot of fat there. I could probably eat a few more potatoes, you know? I could probably eat a little bit more carbohydrates if I really want to. See, you can see the abs. And if you can see those striations, you know, then yeah, you can eat a little bit more carbs. But if you are fat, if you have more fat, if you can't see your abs, then don't eat any more potatoes, bro. That's how easy it is. Wake up, look at yourself in the mirror and say, what should I eat today? You know, if you're super ripped, you could probably eat whatever you want. But if you want to stay ripped, then watch your carbs, watch your sugars, watch your overall calories. And it really doesn't matter where your macronutrients come from, as long as you're getting enough protein, you know, and you're not overindulging. You don't want to eat too much, you know, saturated fats, trans fats. And you want complex carbs, okay? So the best complex carbs is like brown rice, Ezekiel bread, yams. I don't know, guys. But yeah. Oatmeal, I think, is a complex carb. Let's see. What do they have here? So we've got carbohydrate complex carb list. Bananas, millet, which is a grain. Broccoli is a complex carb. It doesn't have that much carbs in there. Chickpeas, carrots. Carrots don't have that many carbs. Well, they have some carbs, yeah, but old-fashioned oats, barley. See, that's what Ezekiel bread is. It's got the millet and the barley. Why do you think Jay Cutler had Ezekiel bread? And he was Mr. Olympia. He was the number one. Why do you think I fucking eat Ezekiel bread? Jay Cutler eats it. He was the Mr. Olympia, the best in the world. He was the best in the world. Okay? And these guys eat complex carbs. Sweet potatoes, spelt, butternut squash. I don't eat squash. Potatoes. Yeah. Potatoes are good. Black beans. Beans can have too much soy, so be careful how many beans you have, okay? You don't want to have that much soy. So, whole wheat bread. Again, the only bread I eat is Ezekiel bread. I don't have like your regular whole wheat grain bread because that stuff's not healthy for you. You got to have Ezekiel bread. People will think whole grain bread is good, but it's really not that good for you because it's too heavily processed. You look like you do the opposite of Jay Cutler. Well, that's okay. Jay Cutler has better genetics, and he was on gear. So if I had better genetics and I was on gear, I'd probably look a lot better too, you know? Thanks for the comment, though. I don't take artificial sugars at all. Sometimes I took off all sugar for a week and feel dizzy. Well, it's because your body is adjusted to sugar. You're addicted to it. You're addicted to sugar. So your body's going to have to go through a time where you're getting used to your dietary changes. Yeah. Yep. If he knows what straddles, I don't know. I don't do strangles, bro. I don't know about those though. Okay. You are really fit. I don't know what these people think. Well, they're going to hate no matter what. The haters are going to hate. And guess what? If I had a shitload of muscle, they'd say I was too big. They'd say I don't look good. I'm too bulky. That's what they would say, you know? And if I had a perfect physique, they would find something bad to say too. My main goal is to motivate you guys. Sir Juice or Juicy? Yeah, they'd say I was on steroids. But, yeah. I don't do any juice. No juice. So, yeah, we got whole wheat pasta. We got quinoa. That's a good carb. Okay? So, quinoa. Pepper plate and trailer. I don't think you have much experience with gold or money. That's okay. I got into gold and silver in 1999. And I like paper plates. You don't have to wash them. When you got 6 jobs, you don't have time to wash dishes, okay? Maybe you do. Keyboard warrior. I like pasta, quinoa not so much. Well, you'll learn to like it. You know, pasta is more processed. So that's why I don't eat pasta. It's just too heavily processed. All right. And it's got a lot of gluten, you know, a lot of gluten in pasta. So I don't eat any pasta whatsoever. Never. I used to, but then it was giving me acne and stuff because of the gluten. I never eat pasta. And definitely not white pasta. See, quinoa is gluten-free. Quinoa is naturally gluten-free, okay? So I'm dead serious. I do not eat any pasta whatsoever. And I have not eaten pasta probably in more than 10 years. I don't believe in pasta. Yeah. What's a strangle? I just mostly do calls and puts, bro. A strangle in options trading is a strategy that involves buying or selling both call and put. Well, that's a straddle. In the same asset with different strike price with the same expiration date. It's basically the exact same thing as a straddle. What's the point of that? Yeah. So, quinoa, yams, better sources of carbs. Yep. Remember too, sometimes, like, I'm not going to work out today. So today is low carb. And I'm not going to work out tomorrow either. I'm going to have 2 growth days in a row. So I'm taking off today and I'm taking off tomorrow. So tomorrow, today I'm not going to have hardly any carbs at all, except, you know, green beans, a little bit of broccoli has a little bit of carbohydrates. You know, I'm not going to have hardly any carbs. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a little bit more carbs towards the end of the day. And then the day after tomorrow, I'm going to have a lot of carbs for breakfast, and then I'm going to lift weights. Okay? So if you have a big workout coming, then I think it's okay to it's called glycogen loading. You know, it's okay to carb load if you have a big workout coming up. Okay? But I think you should cycle your carbs. You should have some days where you don't have any carbohydrates at all, because then when you do have carbs, your body will suck it up a lot better, and the muscle will fill up. It'll fill up with glycogen. Okay? Tom Platz, he said carb cycling may be the best thing. And he should have won the 1981 Olympia. Obviously, Franco Columbu won the 1981 Olympia because Arnold promised it to Franco. You know, it's a big scam. But Tom Platz should have won. Just like Mike Mentzer, I think, should have won the 1980 Olympia. But the Olympia, it was about making money. That's all it is. It's about money. They didn't want black people to be in the Olympia because they thought they couldn't sell a black person. They couldn't sell supplements from a black person. So they only wanted that's why they wanted Larry Scott to be the first Olympia. They didn't want a black person to be the first Olympia. See, it's all corrupt. But Sergio, his genetics were far superior, you know? Skinny because I don't train every day. I'm skinny because I'm an ectomorph. That's my genetics. One thing you have to do is you got to realize you cannot go against your genetics. All right. If you're an ectomorph and you weigh 135 pounds, you probably shouldn't bulk up to 250. Okay. Maybe you could bulk up to 170, 180, 190, but you should not go against your own genetics because then that's going to hurt your health. So I'm an ectomorph. I'm naturally skinny. So that's what I focus on. I try to stay lean and skinny because it's very easy. It's extremely easy for me to keep a six-pack. I don't have to do anything, you know? Pokemon. You got to collect. Got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. It's just you and me. It's our destiny, Pokemon. So, what else can we look at today? Bitcoin is 90,100. And a lot of people were saying that Bitcoin is going to crash. Still hasn't crashed. You got to believe in yourself and trust the process of weightlifting. Yep. You got to diet and weightlift, trust the process. And remember, muscle growth happens slowly. If you are jumping on the scale and you weigh 5 pounds more this week than last week, probably going to be a lot of fat, probably about 4 pounds of fat, okay, and water. So muscle growth is a very slow process. You have to give it time. You're lucky if you can gain 10 pounds of muscle in a year, okay? So just keep at it. It'll take time. Just like with me, I've been back into it for maybe 6 or 8 months, I just started getting more serious lately and doing these lives, and working out more. And it's going to take some time, but I'm getting a little bit leaner, a little bit more ripped, so it does work. What vegetables should I prefer not to take while I train? Well, you shouldn't eat any vegetables while you're training. You should eat nothing while you train. You should eat before you train. Dude, that's the Pikachu illustrator hats. I identify as Pikachu. This guy identifies as a Pikachu. Wow. All right, guys, come on, share this video. See how many views we're up to. Proud man, keep it up. Peace and love. Thanks. You buy at the money as opposed to in the money. At the money. Yeah, I don't buy anything in the money. I buy stuff out of the money. That's how you make the most money, And people will tell you, it's safer to buy stuff in the money. But no, it's safer to buy gold stocks out of the money because we know gold's going to keep going up. So why would you pay more of a premium? Why would you buy something that's in the money if you know it's going up? Why would you even be investing in something if you thought it might not go higher? It's too safe. When you're buying options that are in the money, that means you're scared. It means you don't truly believe in your investment. You don't believe it's actually going to reach your strike price. Okay? So if I can't buy a stock out of the money, I don't want it at all. It means I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? So I think that's foolish. It's way too safe. Investing, yes, you should be about safety, but we do this to try to transform our lives, not just to make a little bit of money, So I believe in buying out of the money calls, but for most of you guys, you should not do that because the average retail investor loses money when they buy out of the money calls. That's most of you. A lot of you guys don't really know. Some of you do, but most people that buy out of the money calls, they'll get them that expire way too soon too. Okay, so you gotta really know what you're doing if you're buying out of the money calls, or you gotta really believe in your investment. So I really believe in gold. So I buy out of the money options on gold stocks. For example, First Majestic, the ticker symbol for that is AG. Okay, Silvercorp Metals, the ticker is on that is SVM. Okay, So I'm not going to give you all my stocks for free. You got to join the Patreon. There's someone behind you. No, there's nobody behind me. All right, guys, we did it. We got through another session. Looks like we got 1,100 people that viewed this. Most people, they just come in and then they leave. But yeah, we had 1,100 people come in here and leave. And we got 17 people right now that actually stayed. So out of 1,100 people that saw me, only 17 are still here. That's crazy. See? 1,112 people saw this. But we only got 10 people in here. 10 now. Pathetic chump. This guy's he's using the toilet. I know my moderators can't block all these guys. I get it. You got a lot of I work my moderators pretty hard, okay? They got a lot of work to do. I'm sorry. We get I'll help you a little bit. I'll help you. Hide this guy. You're a walking medicine cabinet. I'm here. They must not care very much. That's okay. I'll help the moderator because we got a lot of work to do. There we go. We got him. The chain weight is 93.7 grams. And this is like 40 grams or so, 14K. Are you ever been to Miami? No. What's new in the stocks? You got to join the Patreon. I just released a bunch of gold and silver penny stocks that I think are going to be the best performers. So you got to join my Patreon. It's John's Gold and Silver. I only charge $10, and we're transforming lives, literally changing lives over there. I don't agree with a lot of the money approach, but it's just been my experience. I got a Belcher at 100 pyramid ring at 41 grams. That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold. Come on, guys, join the Patreon. No. I'm trying to make a living, guys. I'm trying to make a living. It's pointless, you know. We've been stuck. The Patreon's been stuck. It's been stuck at 10 members forever, you know, or like 8 or 9 or 10. It's just stuck there. Weed. I think in my last Patreon video, I might have even mentioned cannabis. And then look what happened. It just skyrocketed like the next day. I think I mentioned cannabis at the end of that video. I'm almost certain of it. And the MSOX went up 100%. Because I just knew it. I knew it, you know. Gold going. They didn't shut off the live. My battery died. Weed always sells. All right, guys. I think I got to go because I got mad work to do today. I got to work on my personal training course. All right. So thanks everybody for helping me get some more views today. And I know we get way more views when I do the live workouts. So I plan on doing more live workouts. Keep safe and healthy. All right. With that, let's end it. See you later.